From my experience, I think the biggest across both codes is puckouts and kickouts. I think that's what they spend the most time analysing. I think there are more important performance indicators. That's definitely in my top 2 or 3. But for me, I would look more at the other end, and I would be looking at the shot percentage. And certainly, I would be looking at where the shots come from. I think that's probably underestimated. A lot of the time it gets reported that Team X had 12 wides or 15 wides, or they missed 4 shots or whatever it is, but looking at where they come from is a much bigger indicator of their likely success than the number of shots or anything like that.
First touch is always something that I'd say to myself, first touch, is it good enough? Did it take you 2 times to grab the ball? Like, did you fumble any balls? And then just making sure your skills are crisp, so if you're hand passing and kick passing, that you're hitting a target. So, you could go out and say, I want to get 30 touches of the ball today and touch it 30 times, but if you give it away 20 out of the 30 times, there's not much real percentages in that. So, you have to be probably specific with your analysis.
A key performance indicator is something which matters really important to the coach. Different coaches will have different key performance indicators, depending on the type of game you play, your philosophy, your values, what you're actually trying to measure. So some coaches, their key performance indicator will be kickouts won or turnovers. Other coaches, their key performance indicator will be more about shots and related to things like that, or the number of hooks. In hurling, for example, some coaches, their key performance indicator is the number of times you get the ball clean into your hand. You need to be really careful that you don't try and reduce players to numbers. So if you're looking at, say, a player that you want to come in to mark, somebody like Matty Donnelly from Tyrone, if I want a player to mark him and I'm looking at that, I want that player to make sure Matty Donnelly doesn't score. So how do I measure how well he's done? And that's very different from how I would measure how Dean Rock has performed, or Kieran Kilkenny, for example, in Dublin, who's a playmaker. It's a completely different role. You want to count his passes, you want to look at how many passes maybe led to scores. I mean, what makes a great player? Is it their leadership? It's their charisma? It's their preparation to go and put their head in where maybe you wouldn't put your boot? And you can't measure that. If it serves you and helps the players, then yes, but just be careful with it, yeah.